In this chapter, I just want to give you a real quick overview of how to use the texture maps we exported from Substance Painter inside Blender to render your knife with cycles. Now, this is going to be a real quick overview chapter, and it assumes that you do know how to use Blender's node editor. And what you're going to do is basically copy the setup that I have here. So on the left side, I have 5 image texture nodes added in. I've got the color map loaded into the top one, then ambient occlusion map, then the metal map, roughness, and normal map at the bottom. Now the bottom 3 nodes here, the metal, roughness, and normal map, I have them all set to non-color data in this menu here. And the reason for that is these image maps here contain more information than simply just color. For example, normal map contains vector information to change the look of the surface. So in order to get Blender to interpret these correctly, we have to set anything that's not just simply color to non-color data. But our ambient occlusion and our color map up here, we're using these just for the color of the material. So we're going to keep them both set to color. Now we're going to be connecting all of these nodes, all of these image maps into the principled BSDF shader we have over here. So add that in, and we'll start off with the color information. So right here I have the color map and the ambient occlusion map combined in a mix RGB node set to multiply at a factor of 1. What that's going to do is multiply the black and white information of the ambient occlusion map on top of our color map just to add extra shadows in areas like the ridges here. And we connect the color socket of that to the base color socket of the principled node over here. And next up, we simply connect the metal image texture over here to the metallic value in the principled node. And same thing with the roughness. We connect that color socket to the roughness value of the principled node. Now to get the normal map to work correctly, we need to run that through a normal map node over here. So run that color socket from the image texture over to the color socket of a normal map node. And here we have a strength value as well, so you can turn down the strength if you want to. And then we'll connect that normal socket to the normal socket of the principled node. And that's it. Just connect the shader here to the surface value of the material output over there, and this is what you get in the end. Pretty cool. Alright, so that does it for the entire shader setup. Now we need to add light to the scene, and I've already done that by adding in a simple HDRI environment to light the scene. And I'm going to show you how I did that real quick. So let's go over to the world buttons, and let me expand that a little bit. Now down here under the color option, I changed that to an environment texture so we could use an HDRI environment in the background. And I loaded in the environment Skylit Garage 2K.hdr. Now you can find a lot of different HDRI environments on the site hdrihaven.com. It's an amazing site that has tons of completely free, high quality HDRIs to use in Blender to light your scenes. So go to that site, find an environment that you like, and download the HDRI file, and just simply load it right in there. And that's all there is to it. And I just boosted the strength a little bit up to 1.5, and this is what you get in the end. It could not be simpler to add in a realistic environment to light your scene. And that site's got a lot of really cool ones. Alright, so that does it for this chapter then, and that'll do it for this entire course as well. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned a lot. Make sure to check out more tutorials and premium courses on my website, cgmasters.net. And until the next course or tutorial, I'll see you around.